don't really know how to start out this video, so I'm just going to start it. If you don't know who I am, my name is Minnie Portable. I'm a professional wrestling fan. I'm also 33, despite the boomers on Facebook thinking I'm this 21, 22-year-old that doesn't know a damn thing and would not survive in the Attitude Era. I was 3 years old during the Attitude Era, but growing up, there was this thing called the internet. So I was able to go back and watch a bunch of the stuff that I missed. And this is to my younger audience. So we used to have these rectangular things and they were called VHS tapes. And there used to be this franchise where everybody would go on Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights maybe, and it was called Blockbuster. So I would go there and rent out a bunch of wrestling VHS tapes. I would go get DVDs. That all being said, I just wanted to say all that just to give my video some kind of validity, which sounds really stupid of me to say because I don't owe anybody anything. And I can say what I have to say without being a long-time wrestling fan. But the fact is, I have been a long-time wrestling fan. And I don't know if I would have ever watched anything outside of the WWE if Kurt Angle wasn't my damn GOAT. When he made the switch over to TNA, that's when I started seeing something new. That was the first show that I saw that was different from the WWE. There were a lot of similarities, but there were some clear differences. I don't care what company you're a part of. I just really love professional wrestling. This is the only thing that I've ever liked my entire life so consistently. And it's the one thing that my mom can tell you that I actually picked up and never put down because she always likes to tell me, you're that kind of person that likes this and then you're not going to like it the next week, which is why she didn't pay for my college, because she was like, no, because you're going to choose a major and then you're going to choose another one and then you're never going to graduate. But that's a different story. I love AEW. And this is such a bold statement in 2025 because the cool thing right now is to just spread such vitriol and hate. And if you don't do that, then that means you're getting bought by Tony Khan. That means AEW is paying you in some kind of capacity. If your opinions differs from the popular opinion of AEW sucks and this company is gonna go bankrupt and it's not a real company and CM Punk is right. I love AEW. I don't know how many times I have to tell people I love this company. There are many reasons why I love this company, and I'm going to bring up the reasons. This is not going to be an anti-WWE video, even though I just made a video about how WWE is boring. But those are things, for me at least, that I think are important to say, especially when you have a platform. I'm not gonna be here pretending that I'm okay with all of this, because when something really freaking bothers me, I'm going to come on here and talk about it. But in no means am I making this video to make it an anti-WWE video. I just really want to talk about this company that I've been writing since day one, since the very first episode, through their peak years. I'm expecting another peak, hopefully next year, because it does seem like we are on that trajectory of getting things back in order. We are bringing in people to help out with certain backstage stuff. The thing about AEW was that it did start in 2019, and in 2019, I was looking for something different. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and say that AEW is the best it's ever been, because I feel like that was 2021. You couldn't tell me anything. AEW was the best company on earth. No one could tell me anything differently. I could have just completely stopped watching WWE in its entirety if AEW continued that peak. But they didn't, and that's okay. Companies have their lows and highs. I've been watching WWE since I was a child. I've been through so many lows and a lot of highs. And I know I just said that I would stop watching WWE if AEW continued at the rate where they were going, but I know that's a crock of shit because I'm a wrestling fan, man. I don't know what to tell you. If this company isn't serving me right now, I got another company that maybe will. And if that company isn't serving me, well, maybe the other company will. Or maybe both companies aren't doing so well. Maybe both companies are doing fantastic work. That's the beauty of having more than one wrestling monopoly. It's 2025, going on 2026. AEW is having a better year than WWE right now. Creatively speaking, I am just so more invested in the storytelling that is happening in AEW. I'm not always a sucker for long-term storytelling, but sometimes You have to go through the rough to get to the beautiful conclusion. And that was all in for me. Death Riders, they were so damn annoying. We kept seeing the Death Riders go over. I thought Swerve was the one to beat Jon Moxley. And then I was getting annoyed because I was like, are we really just waiting for Darby to come back from Mount Everest? Is this where the story is going to conclude itself? Is this what we're waiting for? I was getting so frustrated creatively with the direction that they were taking us. And finally at All In, Adam Page won. And the thing about storytelling is you may not like the road, but the ending is what matters. What if you like the entirety of a TV series and then it ended so abruptly, or it ended and it was underwhelming? I'd rather have a bumpy road and a fantastic ending. I think that's when I realized, Tony Khan, you still have the potential of taking us back to 2021. I know it could be difficult, especially because WWE sort of picked up their pace as well. When it comes to match qualities, we are seeing that now on a weekly basis on their shows. And that was AEW's bread and butter. But creatively speaking, the talent, Timeless Tony, Strickland, these are two individuals that I saw in a different company, and I see them as faces and champions of a different company, and I see their loyalty to the company that gave them that. That's the kind of shit that matters to me, because that's how it should be. Talents should have options as to where to go. Do you think Santos Escobar would get re-signed if AEW didn't exist? It's funny too, because people get so offended when you talk about creatively, you like AEW, you like the storytelling, you like the booking. People get so offended and they're like, what do you mean? They don't have any of that. And it's like, are you not watching the product? And I think the reason why people don't think that there's character building or character work, storytelling, all of that, and I think it's because there are a lot more complex characters. It may not be so apparent, it may not be so in your face, but the thing with AEW is that they do focus on building, especially with the younger talent, because there are a lot of talented wrestlers on that roster that get a chance to go against Swerve Strickland, that get a chance to go against Adam Page, Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, against Timeless Tony, against Mercedes Moné, talent that you normally wouldn't see every single week, but they get these opportunities. And I like that, because you get to see fresh new faces getting these opportunities that you would probably be more used to seeing in Ring of Honor or on Collision. And I don't think that takes away from the current top talent. I don't know why people get so mad about, why is Adam Page going against so-and-so? Why is Mercedes going against... Dude, it's professional wrestling. What do you mean? Our champions are in the ring defending their titles. Our champions are allowing these younger talent who could possibly be the future of AEW to be in the ring with them and broadcast their talents. AEW doesn't make any homegrown stars. All they do is get old WWE talent or ex WWE talent. What do you... So Kyle Fletcher, Ricky Starks, Jade Cargill, MJF, Adam Page, Mariah May, and yes, I know she came from Stardom, but she got platforms in the United States because of AEW. And not to mention, if it wasn't for AEW, Stephanie Vaquer would not be in the WWE right now. But yet you guys want to go on and say Mercedes Hogan. Mercedes doesn't help the women's division or other women wrestlers. And I'm not taking away from her talent. Believe me, I love Stephanie Vaquer. She's extremely talented. She would have eventually gone to WWE, but it would have taken a lot longer. AEW allowed her to platform her skills. Shawn Michaels called her immediately after. He was immediately trying to sign her. But yet we're still going to be acting like AEW doesn't create stars. I'm not gonna sit here and say that booking is perfect. No, it's not. There's a lot of creative and booking decisions that I don't agree with, and I have been very vocal about it. But I feel like it's important to be vocal when it's something important. When you're bitching every single week, you are watching it through a lens where you're looking at what to complain about. You're not even watching it to watch the product. Pay attention to the stories. Pay attention to what they're building. Paying attention that we see the tag champs every week, that we see our women's champions every single week. Paying attention that we see our male champions every single week. Why are we so mad? Why do we get so mad that we're building based off those titles? There was a time where AEW was shit with the women's division. They weren't doing almost a goddamn thing with the women's division. I think that really started to change once Mercedes got in there. And it's unfortunate that it took Mercedes to get there to start focusing more on the women's division, but it is what it is. I think Mercedes gets a lot of hate for no damn reason. Mercedes gets a lot of hate, why? Because she's a belt collector, and people think that she isn't doing anything with the other belts to elevate that promotion, but the promotions are the ones that are booking her to take those belts away from the promotion. The promotions actually are seeing a benefit from it. I think it's super cool that you can go to a local show, pay $30 to see Mercedes headline. If you're trying to pay more money to go watch wrestling, by all means, go ahead and do it. For me, it's so badass that we have Mercedes Moné, arguably one of, if not the greatest woman wrestler currently right now, going around to indie promotions, going against local indie talent, platforming their names, and also elevating the promotion, because the promotion just got Mercedes Moné. The promotion just got one of the biggest names in professional wrestling. You guys really think that she's ruining wrestling by doing that? This isn't wrestling, this is ballet, this is gymnastics. When it happens in WWE, you guys mark out. We have the Lucha Bros, who Twitter used to shit on every single damn week, yet now they're marking out for them. So it's not the fact that it's ballet or gymnastics. It's just the fact that they're a part of a different company that you really do not want to support. I know that CM Punk had coined AEW as a glorified indie show, and I can see from a business aspect why, yeah, you probably don't want to be a glorified indie show on national television. I don't work in the business aspects of professional wrestling. For me, I am just a fan. The fact that it is a glorified indie show, I love that. Because if I want good seats at an AEW show, I am more than likely able to afford that. I went to the Dynamite in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I paid $208 for 2 tickets, second row behind commentary. I saw Edge and Christian up close. I paid $208 for 2 tickets. AEW pay-per-views are $50, but I know that I'm going to enjoy it. There was only really one that I hated, which was World's End. That one I was really upset at. Christian versus Adam Copeland was a highlight of that pay-per-view, but that was the one that I can really remember that I absolutely did not like. Outside of that, I always enjoy AEW pay-per-views. There's things I don't like, but not enough for me to be like, why did I pay $50 for this? So if it's a glorified indie promotion, that's fine. I don't mind spending less for good wrestling. I don't mind spending less to see and watch my favorite talent wrestle. I don't mind paying less for a good product. And the last thing that I'm going to end this on, because I think it's the most important and something that really helps with my own fandom, with what's personal to me. I started off this video by saying that when something is really important, it doesn't matter if my content is supposed to be more so goofy or in the purposes of just to entertain you. If something is important, I'm going to talk about it. And there's people who might want to separate it, but there are things that I just can't stay quiet on. And I think it's really cool that Tony Khan allows his wrestlers to be vocal about humanity rights, because it's not about bringing in politics. Nobody is telling me to vote for this person or this person or this person. Nobody is politically endorsing anybody. There's no merch or paraphernalia that is advocating for either side. It's all about humanity rights. And the fact that Brody King came out and had an abolished ICE shirt, and Adam Page is openly, AEW champion Adam Page is openly vocal about the shit that's happening right now with ICE, and the fact that it's intertwined with the shit that I love, that's something that's important to me. And if it's not something you like, and if it's not important to you, that's fine. And I don't think it's always necessary for somebody to do that. But when it does happen, and it comes from a company that you have been supporting for so damn long, and when it comes from certain talents that you have been supporting for so damn long, shit fucking matters more than they probably anticipated.